So I got a shipment returned. It cost me like $10. $9 to ship it to I think that one went to Connecticut for an order. And do you know it's been sent back? So maybe they died of corona or went to jail, I don't know what. But it says unable to forward and everything else on it. Huh. Really strange. That happens from time to time. I used to do a lot of eBay. And it was amazing some of the stuff that came back. And then you can't get a hold of the people or anything. And you've already got paid, and you paid for shipping too and everything. And can't get a hold of them. Come on, let's go. Watch me. See that? Stop and go. It's like magic. Okay, now the big trick. Man, I cannot breathe. Oh. The big trick is see if we can escape Dustin. Come on. Your new car is going slow as hell. Man, I can't believe that sucker didn't make. I sent messages to that girl. Now I'm trying to find my here's one. Not many people behind me now. It's 10:30. Oh, it was really jammed back there. They're waiting in line at the donut hole. Oh my gosh. All the way down the street there. That's the longest line I've ever seen them have. They used to always have a line there. I don't know what they're in line for. I'll have to check that out. There used to be this greatest place down at Venice Beach, down by the Townhouse Bar, and by the circle there at the post office, and it was called Germans, and it was mostly a breakfast house, and they were open like I don't know what, 4 in the morning, I don't know what, but they had like the old soda pop bar seating, you know, and then some little tables, and that food was so good. There was a really elderly German lady that cooked all the food, and I'm gonna tell you what, that food was so unreal, and it wasn't expensive. I think it was like, you know, $4 or $6 for a whole meal there. And that's like back in the 80s. And she just cooked the greatest food on the face of this earth. And they had the different stuff like steak meals and different things. And I guess they had really good coffee because a lot of people came there for the coffee. That was a big deal. And I did have the opportunity to work there at one point. I worked with a super weird girl. She was just into snakes, her and her boyfriend. And then, it was like to the point of weird sexuality. It was like, this is this snake freak girl. I was like, ooh. They like sleep with their snakes and stuff, and it's like, ooh. But, yeah, she lived and breathed snakes. And she was a very interesting individual. She would get mad at a customer and pour coffee in their lap. They'd be crappy to her. She just poured coffee in her lap. I think one guy used to come back and just get treated like crap by her. I'd be scared to do that if they'd sue me or come back and shoot me, But, I mean, it's easier just to get somebody removed because you have the right to refuse service when you have a business. If they don't go, just call the sheriffs. It's pretty simple. Let law enforcement handle stupidity. You'd be amazed how their tune changes when they're crappy. Who was I was talking to yesterday? Oh, over at Joanne Fabrics. The girl's been there a little while. She had a customer come in and just go ballistic and started throwing merchandise at customers and employees. And look, Crab Island is solid. Look. Whoa. They got quite a few boats out there, about 200 probably today. That's about right. It's not full, but about half occupancy. But yeah, and so she was telling me how the window shades are acting up terrible. She was telling me how this customer just went cuckoo, this lady, and she was cussing him and throwing merchandise and going just ballistic. She couldn't be nice, they were going to call the sheriff. And she refused to leave. So they asked her to leave, and she did not want to go. I know you guys are enjoying just cruising the boulevard here. I think that's a Florida tag. Maybe Florida's one. She's talking to herself or something. It's 55. I want to go my entire 55. Get away from Dustin. Anyway, so they ended up calling the sheriffs, and then she's like kind of changing her tune, and the sheriffs made her leave. And as the store employees asked her to leave several times, she wouldn't go. So the sheriff said, "You got to go." And she says, then this woman called me later and goes, "I just can't believe you threw me out of your store." And it was like, really? Are you that kooky? Are you that stupid? And she started throwing stuff and going crazy, making a scene. And I went into Publix. It was Publix, no, Winn-Dixie Destin, which was a sad thing. I did a beautiful vlog for them on some food I got over there that was very reasonable, really good. And so now twice I've missed their formal dinner there. They have unreal good food there, and I would like to try their dinner to see if it's much different than the Fort Walton one. And I missed it again last night by just minutes, because they pull it up like at 7:30. So I went in early into Destin to see if I could pick up some of their food, because I felt a little hungry. So I missed it. But that was a nightmare. They've got some guy they just hired to be manager of the deli, and he is the most ostentatious jerk I have just about ever seen. For no reason. me so mad. Hell yeah, I went to management. I talked to 2 of the managers there. Now, a lot of the people that are working in that store, interestingly enough, what's shallow over here? It looks like the water's up next to the road. They are Jamaican, black Jamaican, and they have the coolest hair. And they're all really nice. Oh my gosh, they're so nice there. And but a majority of their employees are Jamaican. So I mean, for them, work is a holiday. They just love to work and love to deal with people. And so it was really a shame because they brought this guy in, this white guy, to be a manager of the deli, and he's got the pit snake attitude to mouth. And he's not that old. He's probably about 30, but he is a jerk. It's like, dude, do you realize I'm making your paycheck? If you drive customers away, it's killing your paycheck, and then they don't need you anymore. But they really need to make that one guy that's Jamaican. I'm thinking he's gay, he may not be, but he's very proper and everything, and he is so wonderful. They need to make him the manager of that deli, because there's no customer service better than that. I mean, this guy is like unreal, super neat Jamaican guy. And it's a shame that they would give that job to a piece of crap when there's other people that would really benefit that department and make them money. So get in the other lane. How hard is that? Really that difficult? Some people just can't drive for their life. Those are pretty nice little SUVs, that Traverse LT. They are so big inside. They just sit low on the ground. They're like a big van. Let me turn this air down a little bit. It's getting too cold. It's 72 degrees over here. I bet she's homeless right there. She looks homeless. She might not be. She's got a lot of jewelry on. She might be just taking a walk. What I'd give to sit with my mother today and have a slice of pie and watch her drink coffee. But I guess it won't be today. I could just say thank you a million times over. My baby sister doesn't feel quite that way, but I do. I'm very grateful. I've made a lot of money in my life on things my mother taught me. And I was very, very lucky to have a mom that was business-minded and good at other things. She wasn't very mechanically inclined, but she was so good at so many other things. Hadn't seen her in a little while. I'll tell you, with this pandemic, you need to hug the ones you love and treasure them very, very much. Because you don't know what tomorrow brings. Look at this spaghetti traffic jam. Everybody deciding, a lot of Alabama here. We're going, well, maybe I should turn, maybe I shouldn't. I guess you'll figure it out when you get up here. Because I got it figured out, trust me. Man, I can't believe that package came back. Ugh. I've got to contact the website people and see what the deal is, because I don't think I got paid for half my sales. We're waiting in line over there for the new donut place that just opened. Must be good. What is your cranking away on those little food trucks at that car wash? Might be making him a lot of money with the renters instead of jacking with the car wash, who knows? I'd be interested to see what kind of permits you have to have when you have a food truck and then all of a sudden you're putting down tables. Whoa, there's a big old sale over here at Brooks and Eglin. Squeeze right through. Wow, we're by Circle K. I would have liked to got into that. But I don't work on Mother's Day like that. I've done it one time and had horrendous sales. And I was forced to work that day. I absolutely had to. But as a rule, I don't work on my parents' birthdays or their holidays. Respect to them. So we just had the Pirate Festival. I don't know how successful it was, but there was sure a lot of tourists in town, huh? We got a lot of Louisiana this week. Lots of those. Louisiana and Alabama. Oh, I can't breathe. Honda Pilot. It sure looks bigger than the other ones. They're so little. Man, I saw some nasty old boondocker last night. It was so gross. It was very obvious they're meth heads. Look at that hotel, says air conditioning and phones on the old sign. It's the economy. Look at that ski boat paint job on that car. Whoa. I used to do a lot of those in California. Just magical. Got a few Georgia this week. They're the worst on the road. They're so bad. Please go. There's some boats over there in the dry dock. That one boat looks almost like Nikki's boat. I don't even know if he's still alive anymore. Should be great to see him with his grumpy self. Funny character. Really smart though. That guy, you can ask him any question in the world, he's got the answer. Super, super smart. I think a lot of it is because he spent so much time reading and stuff. I think that's where he got a lot of his knowledge. I remember when Yahoo came out and he kept sending all this stuff. And I'm like, will you stop sending all that? It has viruses in it and you share it to a million people. I got tired of it. It was a pain in the butt. You send like 5 a day. You know, those ones that the message is like 2 miles long and has a bunch of X's in it and stars, and you got to keep scrolling to read it. And it's like, God, I wonder how much they're hijacking my computer with this letter. Ocean Buffet. Ed used to love that place. I've gone there through the years, and every name changed. Look at Ronnie's building right next to Ocean Buffet. Whoa. That car wash that I went to the other day, that's like $7 a car wash or $14 for the unlimited a month. He's building a huge one there, ultra fast, right next to the buffet place. That's a really good spot because that buffet place loads up, even though the price is not so high. I guess they've got the coronavirus vaccines at Walmart now. Destin and Fort Walton. I don't know which ones they've got. I don't know how that goes. But apparently they've got some. I heard on their speaker thing, you know. I feel so bad. I've got some new boondocker friends, and they're traveling with a lot of animals, and then trying to work too, doing some DoorDash. But it's so sad. You never get ahead. One, you got to feed all those animals when you need to feed yourself. Man, that girl was really young to be dressing in all that Darth Vader stuff. Really strange. When you look like a stripper in public. I thought my shorts and heels was bad enough. But anyway, yeah, it's really sad. They've got like, I guess five or six animals, and they're trying to make money so they can get a place. They come from out of state, up north, and they had to come to Destin, about one of the most expensive places in the world to come to, and they're like trying to make money so they can get a place. I'm like, you won't in Destin. I said, because you sure wouldn't be sleeping in your car if you had that kind of money. Destin is ultra expensive. It's like Beverly Hills, California. It's for people that don't work anymore. Retired folks that have huge money. That's the ones that live in Destin. They don't work. They just come there to hang out. A lot of them buy places just so they can rent them out to tourists by the day. Talking like $300 up a day. But yeah, so the biggest problem is feeding and caring for those animals, and the space they have to sleep in is way too small. He's upset because a lot of people down him because of the animals. Well, yeah, it's about cruel. It's not fair. And then, you know, most of the beaches here don't allow animals on them, period. And to try to rent something with animals in the Fort Walton area alone, good luck. They charge so much money. It's like $400 or $500 plus $100 something an animal, and it's like, oh, forget it. Good luck. I think they're all done with breakfast over there. But yeah, it's a terrible way to go, because the first thing you gotta have is about $1,000 in deposits and all that just to get all those animals in, and they're probably not gonna let you have all those animals. But they don't want to give them up, not one of them, not any of them. I mean, it's like, I mean, I appreciate your love for animals, but when you can't hardly feed your face and you don't have a place to live, you're gonna have to make changes. Those animals would be so much better off in places where people could take care of them. They've got lots of animal places here. But it's real sad. And I'm like, no matter where you try to move, I mean, you've got to have a huge amount of money. Most of them just don't even want animals, period. So I just, it's so sad. They'll never get ahead. Maybe they can get a place out in the country by a private landlord or something, but geez, it's gonna be like hell. I couldn't go through all that stress boondocking and then have to deal with all the animals and stuff. I mean, there's one cat I would love to have in town, but I don't have a way to keep it. It would just be insane. Really. Oh, dude's not here today. Well, I hope you guys have a really great day. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. It's 72 degrees.